All right. Hello and welcome to the Cafo world. I'm Matt and I'm here with my cousin.
Hello, I'm Kevin. I'm recording this for him.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to be talking today about CAFOs since this is in fact our CAFO world. And a lot of people don't know what a CAFO is or even what it stands for. It's actually an acronym. It stands for Confined Animal Feeding Operations, which is basically just an industrial animal farm, usually pigs and poultry, which is chickens and turkeys. A lot of people don't know what poultry means, apparently. And yeah, what do you say? What do you see here over here on the right?
Yeah, I
These
see
are
what are these purple things over here?
yeah, so they're purple, and you might be like, what the heck is that? But it's actually they're called lagoons. It's water that they fill with waste and chemicals and antibiotics to treat the waste, and it creates like this toxic sludge kind of stuff that they spray around the surrounding area to fertilize in quotations the land, but really they're just trying to get rid of it so that they don't have to deal with it. Okay, so here we are. This is our CAFO. And since this is a poultry CAFO that's filled with chickens, so we're not gonna go in through the door. We're gonna jump over so that we don't let them
Yeah,
all
we don't
out.
want to let the chickens out. It's probably a design flaw.
And so this is what it looks like typically. I mean, it's not blocky in real life, but on the inside of a CAFO, just tons and tons of chickens just in these confined areas. There's
Yeah,
even more in real life,
in real life. Yeah,
but
here's what a CAFO looks like inside of one in real life. Yeah,
yeah,
they're
in order
packed
for the
tight.
game to
In
actually
order for the
handle
game to
this amount
handle
of
it, yeah,
chickens.
you'll see some stuttering with the chickens as they just kind of float in the air for a second. This is
Yeah, it's
about as
a
many as we could fit in here.
and if you work in a CAFO, you basically have to wear a hazmat suit to walk through these because it's just so disgusting and just horrible living conditions. And they clean out the bottoms of these buildings and just put them in the lagoons outside. I want to touch on this building. So I put this out here because poultry CAFOs aren't they're not regulated the same way as hog CAFOs, and so it actually makes them more detrimental to the environment and the communities around them. And so one of the facts that I found on the EPA website is that um, poultry CAFOs can actually leave mounds of waste outside, just like uncovered and unprotected for up to 15 days.
Oh
And so
Jesus.
instead of just putting them in the lagoon where they're supposed to be treated, they could just leave like a mound like this one here,
Yeah,
just
just like
outside.
outside of like a random
Yeah.
building.
And we're using this kind of block to represent waste because they don't have like actual pollution block in Minecraft. So, all right. So in North Carolina, 4.4 billion gallons of waste sludge is produced by CAFOs every year. And because they're spraying that around the area of the CAFOs, a lot of it gets leached into rivers by rainwater, or it just runs off into the river because they build the CAFOs on hills, and a lot of that water is polluted with antibiotic resistant bacteria because in the lagoons they treat the water with chemicals and antibiotics. And there was actually studies done that found in the surface water of the rivers near CAFOs, they found antibiotic resistant salmonella that was moving towards communities that live on the coast of these rivers and even on the coast of the United States. And that causes severe intestinal issues for these communities. And also, not to mention that they found minority and low income communities are 5 times more likely to be located near these CAFOs.
So people would go fishing in the rivers and contract the salmonella that's bacterial resistant because of these
Yeah, it would
places.
basically just, yeah, the fish would just be coated and, even they would eat stuff and it would, what is the word? Biomagnification is the term where,
Okay.
yeah, where, I mean, that's like a completely different topic, but it just builds up in the food web and then we eat the stuff. And then so all that stuff that they're eating is now going into us. And so now we're just kind of infecting ourselves with all of this stuff. So we got this guy, he's fishing. He's gonna get salmonella poisoning.
Oh
These
God.
guys, these kids
Why
over
would you
here,
laugh
they're going
about
for a
that?
swim. They're gonna go for a swim. They're gonna get salmonella poisoning. It's sad.
Yeah, that doggo over there, this dog over here,
The wolf.
the wolf,
Yeah.
he's gonna drink from the water. He's gonna get
And the
salmonella poisoning. Oh God.
Yeah, one of the worst parts is that as I said, with like low income communities, they can't afford to move
Yeah,
or
the
like
move or
even
the
like to
treatment
do anything about it. So
about
they
it. Yeah.
they just can't get out. They're kind of just stuck. All right, so here we are at our community that's at the end of the river. They're the ones being affected by the CAFO, and you can see poor little Timmy, because that's his name. His name's Timmy. He's needs a drink of water, but sad for Timmy, his water's been contaminated by the CAFO. It's up the river. And so if we come down, we can jump into this well and
Yeah, I
go
brought my
all the way
scuba
down.
gear. I brought my scuba gear.
Yeah, go all the way down into their groundwater. Oh, it fell.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
So you can see this is their groundwater. It's nasty. It's polluted. It's gross. It's got all the salmonella poisoning and all the chemicals and waste that's been leaching down here and then this is the water they drink. This is the water they bathe in. They wash their hands. You wash your clothes with this water. I mean, like it's everything you can think of in your house that uses water uses this water, and it's all polluted. Sad for Timmy. Very sad for Timmy.
Poor Timmy. Poor us.
Or us, yes.
Yeah, poor us. This is let's not dissociate from the situation. Most of the time, this is what we use.
Yeah, 99% of animal products come from CAFOs. So if you think in your head, oh, I get my food, those cows and those pigs and chickens, they're out field grazing. They're not. They're not field grazing.
No, they're not. They're in an industrial farm. They're in the CAFO. They're
Yeah,
locked
they're in
up.
the CAFO. And you can
Horrible.
see we
And
added
then
this
shit
this
like this
detail.
happens.
You can see the water
Oh yeah,
dripping
this is like the most
from the
slightest of
river.
slight touches. But there's a mechanic where if you put water above this block, it like slowly drips down. That's like the groundwater that's coming in, the pollutedness dripping in. So how do we
Well,
save Timmy and us?
communities like this that are at the end of the river, I mean, the biggest thing you could do is vote with your fork. That's what they call it. So try to reduce the amount of pork and poultry products that you purchase. And I mean, there's not really much else you can do. These CAFOs are kind of a staple right now in our society. And the best way you can help communities like this is, like I said, just try to change your diet a little bit. And it's a little hard to do, but it's the best thing
Well,
we can do for them.
Matt. If you want, I can be frank right now. Let's be honest. Unless there's a massive coordinated and concise effort between hundreds of thousands of people, there isn't anything you can do. You
There's
can't do
not really much
anything.
that's gonna happen.
So
Yeah.
unless you wanna, that's the cold reality of the situation. Little Timmy, unless you want to band together with the entire state he's in somehow and coordinate everybody to stop these CAFOs so that we don't have to drink polluted water, there's nothing to stop the companies. It's not. We
Yeah.
can't.
No,
Can't.
it's sad, but it's
See.
reality.
And it's honestly not something we should accept, but I don't think it's within the scope of this video to talk about
Yeah, no, that's a whole
societal
different
change. That's a
video.
whole.
That's
That's
a
a
whole
whole.
different video.
But yeah, that's the shitty reality of all these kinds of situations. It's like because of the way that these companies are set up, it's like nothing really you as an individual you can do about it. Sure, like quote
No,
unquote vote with your fork at the end of the day, unless you have like a massive needed effort between like a large community,
it would have
maybe in
to
hundreds
be
of
like
thousands. It would have to be
50% of the population would have to.
population of like a specific area would have to. Yeah, that that's why a lot of these like animal organizations like PETA go through like such extreme lengths, like bolting themselves to these machines so that they can't run. Cause like, what else are you gonna do except physically
Yeah, but
stop
then
them?
the
But
downside
like,
of
that's
that,
also just incredibly stupid of them to do
yeah,
and dangerous. So like, that's also a bad solution. So yeah, it's just it's just a tough situation.
yeah, the best thing you could do is inform yourself about everything that's going on, what CAFOs are, the kinds of things that goes on in the communities around them. But I hope this video was informative.
I
Was
hope
informative.
I hope this video was information.
Had some good information in it.
It did.
And sorry, Timmy.
Oh, oh my god! Murdered Timmy.